Hi, and welcome to Core Form Fitness. Today we're going to do side legs, which is one of my very favorites. I know I say that about almost every exercise, but they truly are. They're such a great way to strengthen, lengthen, stretch your entire leg. So that means from your hip all the way down to your ankle. So let's get started. All you need is your mat. And if you'd like, you can have a thigh resistance band, a loop band, which I am going to use today, but you can still get a great workout without it. And I suggest if you're starting, definitely don't add the thigh band for more resistance. So I'm going to put mine on. We're going to line ourselves up on the bottom of our mats. Lean against the back. You can place your head in your hand. You can bring your knees all the way up in line with your hips. We're going to bring our toes up and we're going to do the high toe knee clamshells. So we're going to start off with 10 of these. And you can use your hand for a little bit of added stability, but what we're really trying to focus here, it's 3, is we're trying to use our core for our stability. And 4, we're going to do 10 of these, and 5, really trying to keep the heels apart, keep the toes together, and move your knee as high as you can. That's 7 and 8. So we're really firing up the glutes here. 9, 10. Now we're going to straighten our legs out to the corner, the front corner of our mat. You can keep the resistance band on or take it off whenever you need. We're going to keep our leg up. We're going to move it back in line with our body. We're going to flex that foot and we're going to do little glute circles, trying not to let your whole body fall forward. So little circles with your heel for 2. We're going to try to do 10 in each direction. 3, 4, 5. I can already feel the burn. 6, trying to keep your hips stacked. 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're just going to reverse that circle. So still trying to keep a circle with that heel. And 6, 5, and you don't have to smile while you do them, but maybe it helps. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to bring that leg back over the bottom leg. We're going to hold it up to wherever we feel like we can, and we're going to go ahead and raise the bottom leg up to meet for our adductors. So the resistance band works a little bit different here. It's not really challenging the bottom leg, but it's still challenging that upper leg and the glute. 3, you can either try to balance with your abs or you can keep your hand down. And 5, and 6, and 7. What I love about these is they really do work the adductors and the glutes. All this helps to strengthen your hips, keep them healthy, keep them strong, keep them active, and your adductors, which help you walk. A lot of times people will atrophy in those. And for our extra challenge, let's hold it up for 3, 2, 1. And now let's go ahead. Everyone's going to remove their band if they chose to use one. You can place it near us for the other side. You can go into one of my classics, the one-legged bicycles. We're going to flex that leg all the way up to our face, bend the knee, and then bring that leg behind us. We're trying to keep the leg in line with the hip. So try not to let the knee fly up. Try to keep a nice, even line with your hip. Again, always trying to stabilize through the core. We're just going to do 5 of these in each direction. That was 4, and this is 5, really trying to lengthen out that hamstring. And now we're going to reverse them. So we're going to bring that heel to our glute, trying not to let the whole chest and torso move forward. Bring the knee up towards your chest, extend, and reverse. So it's 5. Again, this is more challenging to lift your hand up. You can keep your hand there. 4. These really help to strengthen your knees, and they're not weight bearing, so they're great for rehabbing knees and hips. 3 and 2. And remember, it's not where I am, it's where you're at. I have a very long extension because I've been doing these for over 20 years, and they're still challenging for me. And this is our last one. We're going to leave the foot up here, but you always want to try to hit each straight leg position, so you always are stretching the muscles while strengthening. So now we're going to go straight into toe taps. We're going to tap the leg up and down twice. We're going to try to draw an entire circle over to the other side. Again, trying not to let the hips fall forward or fall backwards. We're also just going to do 5 of these today. This is 2. Really using that core to stabilize best you can. 3 and 4. And I think I missed one there. We have one more, I think. And we have one more exercise on this leg. These are short, but super intense and super effective. We're going to leave our leg up here. And now we're going to try to do big leg circles. So we're going to try to roll through the hip socket without letting the hips fall behind us. For 1 and 2, we're also going to try to do 5 and 5 and 3. I can feel all my hip really trying to mobilize through here. 4, one more, trying to hold that core strong, and let's reverse. So go back without letting your whole body fall forward. Really, you got to really engage every glute muscle to raise that leg up behind you. We just have to get through these ones. This is the last thing on this side. Then we switch legs. That's 4 and 3. We're almost there. Try to keep that knee straight so you really strengthen the tendons and ligaments around the knee that keep the knee stable and strong. 2 and we have one more. And whew, so short, but so intense and so effective. So you can try to stretch this hip out. It might be a little bit on fire. I know mine has definitely worked. And we're just going to switch the other side so you can keep looking forward at me. And we're going to bring our thigh band, our resistance band with us. If you use it on the other side, I suggest you use it on this side. If you didn't use it, don't use it on this side. So again, we're going to line ourselves up with the back of our mat. We're going to bring our knees up to our hips. We're going to bring our toes in the air. Try to keep the heels apart. And we're going to try to get the biggest range of motion we can with our knee. Really firing up your gluteus medius, your gluteus maximus, and minimus. That's 3. We're trying to get through 10 of this. And 4, using that core to stabilize. The hand can be your helper. And 6, try not to let those feet drop. I know sometimes it gets easier if we put them down, which is not bad. It's just if you want to keep yourself challenged, try to keep your feet up. And that's 8 and 9 and 10. We're going to try to keep that leg up in the air. Extend our legs towards the front corner of our mat. Keep this leg up. And now we're going to bring it back in line with our body where our front leg stays to the front corner. And our back leg is in line with our hips. And we're going to do those little tiny glute circles. So these really, they're small and they're so effective. And we try to do them slowly. That's 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. And one other thing I love about these is while this is so intense and so effective and great for all your supporting muscles, that's 9. One more, then we reverse our circles. But it's very short. We're only spending 2 to 3 minutes per leg. And then we're going to stretch out after. And whew, for me, this leg is always a little bit more challenging. We have 3 more. 3, 2. Again, trying to keep that core engaged. Trying not to let your hips fall backwards. And 1. So we're going to bring that back on top of the other leg. And we're going to work on our adductors, which we're still going to feel this top glute, but our bottom adductor is going to work. For 1, we have 10 of these. If you want an extra challenge for your core, you can bring your hand onto your head. If you want more stability, I suggest leaving it down. And 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9. And we're going to do the challenge. Try to hold them together for 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We're going to take off our resistance band. Enough of that. And we're going to go into our one-legged bicycles. And so now again, make sure you're lined up with the back. The feet are 45 degrees in front. We're going to raise that top leg and we're going to go for a big bicycle here. So we're trying to lengthen out that hamstring and keeping that knee in line with the hip. We're trying not to let the knee come up and we're trying not to move through the core. We're trying to keep ourselves really stable through our whole torso. That was 4 And if I keep talking, sometimes it makes it go a little bit faster. That's 5. And now we're going to reverse. So bring that heel to your glute. Again, trying not to let the knee come up. Use those abdominals to straighten out that leg. And 5 and 4 and 3. We're almost there. And 2. Just about another minute and a half of exercises. And 1, extend that foot out. We're going into our toe tap. So we raise the leg up and down to make sure that we're keeping the strength and control in our leg. Again, 2 taps to the back, 2 taps for the front. That's 1. This is 2. Really trying to keep that core really strong. And 3. And tap, tap. And 4. And sometimes I forget to count 1. And this is our last one. 5, working through that hip. And we just have 1 more exercise to get to. We're going to come back around and we're going to do our big leg circles. We're going to try get 5 and 5 in. So let's bring that foot up and draw a giant circle for 1. Again, these are kind of the hardest because you're trying to use that entire ball and socket joint that your hip is. And we often forget to use it in all different planes to keep all the tendons, all the muscles, all the ligaments functioning. And when you have healthy, strong hips and glutes, you have a healthier, stronger, more stable low back. Whew. And let's reverse for 5. Lift it up and around. Again, you can always keep your hand here for stability. This is more of a challenge for the core and the legs. 4. Up and around. Really think about a rod of energy coming from your hip socket, traveling through the knee, out the toe. Because when you think about that, you can help keep that knee straight. Because when you bend it, it gets much easier and you're not strengthening everything around. And I'm going to do 1 more just in case. And we're done. So come on up. Let's try to stretch that hip out. That was a very short, very effective, and very efficient way to keep your entire lower body functioning, strong, healthy, and more mobile. And with time, it does get a little bit easier, but it is always a great challenge to keep in your workout routine. I hope you enjoyed.